Well then, let's start over from the beginning again. You got 3 ether doublers. You can do 9999 with 3 different characters. Yeah. I do have 3 ether doublers. I just don't have all those characters in the party. You think you can beat me this time? What the? I thought I defeated you. Unless you can decompose her atomic structure, you don't stand much of a chance? What? Normal attacks are futile against one who has the ability to regenerate. Using nanomachines. Ah, nanomachines, okay. I was like, is she Wolverine? No, she has nanomachines. I'm telling you, Xenogears, Metal Gear, same universe. Metal Gear is secretly Xenogears prequel. It's still got the gears, right? Right? GW is like a really early version of the computer system. The Patriots are the Gazelle Ministry, right? Now the time has come for the Great Awakening. Instead of Faye and Kim and Lahan, you've got Naked Snake, Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, and Solidus Snake, right? I'm getting torn apart! It is our Omnigears? That thing is trying to eat us all? Damn, what's going on? And it has, yeah, Xenosaga has hours of cutscenes just like Metal Gear. I'm telling you, Takahashi and Kojima should get together. They would have a write. Could you imagine those two writing a game together? How crazy would that be? Our Omni, no, that's not it. Is that our Anima Relics? Is it trying to detach the Anima Relics from our Omni Gears? Probably. Deus is swallowing up our Anima Relics. What's going on? My Omni Gear. It's not moving. I think it's dead. This is the true meaning of the Anima Relics. To attain their respective animus and return to the persona. The Anima Relics are really one set of parts that make up Deus, a physical manifestation of God. They regain their original powers or functions by aligning themselves with their destined partner. An Omni Gear that has its respective Anima Relic is but a puppet. It becomes a mere vessel or container in which there are no contents. And this girl, too, was destined to become one with God. You see, Elheim is really one of the parts of God as well. What the hell are you talking about? Put simply, you serve to help bring all the parts of God together here for me. You're a bunch of stupid fools. It's as if you're all clowns. You believed the legend of how our world was and the universe was created? But the Ministry and I fabricated the very myth long ago to suit our purposes. That's a lie. How can that be true? I think you'll find that your friends' Omnigears are all dead too. I'm talking about your friends who split up and took a different path than you into this place. They're all parts of God that were disassembled in the past, but once again are all gathered here. Yes, it is indeed time for the resurrection of God. What was it all for? Everything that I have done up until now. You know, it makes me think, there's this whole story with Lahan and the uprising that happened hundreds of years ago. It's just like Torna, right? Like, we need to go back a couple hundred years and see the backstory of that prequel. We need a Xenogears prequel that's like the story of like the first time they tried to take down Solaris, and it'll be just like the Torna DLC, you know, like you already know the outcome, but it'll probably end up being better even than the original, right? Ramses. It's just you. What are you doing here, car? $500 ago would have been episode 4? Really? What about me, my existence? What was its purpose? There's only one purpose to your existence, to eliminate Emperor Cain. Alright, so if episode 5 is Xenogears. Episode 4 was... You're saying episode 4 was going to be like Lahan and them and the uprising that tried to take down Solaris? But then like episode 3 is wait. You're saying episode 3 was 4,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago, they were already on this planet and there was what, like the Zebulun or whatever? But episode 3 exists. We already have episode 3. I'm talking about Xenosaga. I'm saying if Xenosaga got to it. Episode 3 of Xenogears. You're talking about Xenogears, yeah. Which is so weird that Xenogears is like episode 5 of its own little continuity. It's like Star Wars when New Hope came out. And it's like, it's episode 4. And it's like, what do you mean it's episode 4? It's episode 4. We'll get the first 3 eventually and everyone will hate them. You know? Xenosaga would never have lined up with this game's episodes. Yeah. There was only one purpose to your existence, to eliminate Emperor Cain. Cain's will had become too much like that of humans. He was too concerned about them. He had forgotten his mission to revive God. That is why you were created. You were only made to remove our main hindrance, Cain. Do you imagine the balls George Lucas had to have to put out his second Star Wars movie and tell people it's episode 5? It's like, Star Wars is super popular. We're gonna make Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. It's episode 5, by the way. First one was 4. I mean, it said 4, and it said, like, tells you that. It's like, this is episode 4, A New Hope. It's like, what do you mean it's episode 4? It's the first one. Nah, it's not really the first one. But as the original living being, Cain had absolute power. The original living being. To make you turn on Cain, it was necessary to focus your mind on a single point. However, being an artificial life form, you were mentally unstable. That is why we used phase existence, resentment. That is the source of your strength. And you have excelled superbly at fulfilling our expectations of you. But we no longer have any more use of you. Haven't you realized that yet? You're a piece of trash, and being the reject that you are, why don't you just leave? Wow. What was I born for? What was I living for? A pathetic excuse for a life. Why you aren't even human? Damn. Now, what to do with the lot of you? Well, I can't just kill you all, seeing as you've served me so well. So as a reward, I'll allow you to be sacrificed to be assimilated into Deus along with this girl. Alright, so like, we're just gonna gloss over the fact that she said that Emperor Cain was the first living being, right? We'll come back to that, I'm sure, right? All of what is covered in Xenosaga is similar to what would have been episode 1 of Xenogears, but is so different from what was planned in the lore of this universe it can't possibly tie together. Gotcha. Excuse me? Good. This is how I wanted it, Car. I am fated so as not to be able to kill myself. Now all my wishes have come true, thanks to you. What? What? We're all gonna become part of God. Let's go for it. Like, Ramses just killed them. I thought she couldn't die unless you deconstructed her atoms or something. He just stabbed her. Like, we just got done saying she couldn't die unless you like completely deatomized her. Episode 2 was supposed to be Cain and Abel's time period, the opening video. Gotcha. Sorry we're late, our Omni-Gears broke down. Anyway, let's hurry up and save Ellie. Yes, I know. Hang in there, Ellie. I'm letting you down now. What just happened? Not like a gun. What? Wait, what? Oh, that's not good. Got some Cthulhu shit going on behind her here. The purple hair. Faye, now you hang in there. She took my gun. Why did you do that, Ellie? We're not gonna talk about her hair. What happened to you? How could you? Don't tell me she's been brainwashed. There's nothing to do with brainwashing. He just stands back up. The majority of my body is composed of a nanomachine colony. Oh my god. He was just like faking it. Not only for longevity, but also to unify with the mother. So don't be surprised, this much damage can be recovered rather quickly. Unify with the mother? That girl, Elheim, is our mother. Yes, I am the mother of all humans. Ellie? What are you babbling on about? Snap out of it, Ellie. You're as dense as usual. But I don't blame you. So be it. I will explain to you all about it. Oh, here we go. Strap in, guys. This Deus, the one you call God, is an interplanetary invasion weapon system that was built in ancient times by humans from another planet. It was created as an automatic weapon, which could act upon its own will to take control of a targeted planet. You should know this much from looking at the Raziel records. Anyway, during a test run, Deus became uncontrollable. It released its power and annihilated a whole planet. The creators of Deus found its immense power to be too much of a threat and hence forcibly shut it down. In order to analyze the cause of the problem, its core was dismantled and placed on an interplanetary immigrant passenger ship to be transported to another planet. Becoming aware of this, the disassembled Deus resisted and tried to take over the passenger ship that was transporting it. That's the opening cutscene. However, as a last line of defense against the escape of Deus, its creators unexpectedly destroyed the whole ship, sending it crashing into the planet. Deus knew that it would not be able to get away from the explosion of the imminent impact, so it detached its core from the Zohar power reactor. Zohar? Yes, Zohar. It is what drives all the gears on this planet. It is the master generator that transmits the energies to the slave generators in our gears. It is also the source of all the ether power that the inhabitants of this planet utilize. By utilizing the energy displacements caused by actualizing potential future phenomenon. This Zohar modifier has the ability to produce infinite amounts of energy. The source of all our ether power. Are you saying all of our energy comes from that one power reactor or engine? Yes, but there's more. The core that was detached from Zohar, the biological computer Kedonomy, crashed onto the primitive planet. It activated Persona, its life support plant, that can generate organic material. Using this, it prepared for itself a genetic-based system for the day when Deus would be resurrected. Thus, the first humans were created from there. Emperor Cain and the elders of the Gazelle Ministry. So no one survived the crash. No one. Only Deus survived. Are you saying the Emperor and the Gazelle Geezers were people born from Deus? Do you know why the Gazelle Ministry desired the anima relics in your bodies? Well, here's the reason. Before becoming human, the bodies of the Ministry were once part of the organic elements in the core circuit that made up Deus. There were two types of organic elements. The female type was called anima, while the male type was called animus. They were also created with the added ability to become mobile weapons by merging with machinery that was suited for use as terminal interface weapons for Deus. In other words, those Omni-Gears you were using were one form of such weapons. The Ministry, which were animus, were to become one again with their separated anima at the time of the resurrection of God. But in a war 500 years ago, they all lost their physical bodies. It was then that they decided to extract their own genetic factor from certain individuals of their human descendants who carried the appropriate sets of DNA. Also, each of them could become one with their respective anima again. Descendants. Then we're all... Yes, you humans are all descendants of Cain and the Gazelle Ministry. They were born from the Persona, gave birth, and propagated. They followed their inbuilt program to someday resurrect the heavily damaged Deus. All the people in the world were created solely to resurrect Deus? Yes, but it wasn't just to restore this old body. More than half of Deus is constructed of biological parts. Do you remember those mutated humans? Those are all people who were destined to become replacement parts for Deus. We humans are parts for God? Yes, almost all people are destined to become parts for Deus. But you people gathered here are all different. You could say you escaped that destiny by existing through multiple generations. In actuality, there wasn't enough parts for Deus, but Krellian compensated for what was lacking. The reduction in the number of parts was due to humans living through multiple generations. But that deficiency in the human factor was made up for by the nanomachines created by Krellian. Not only that, but his nanomachines added additional functions. Deus has thus evolved into the perfect weapon. Ellie, what has happened? Why do you know all that? I am Miang, the Keeper of Time, the representative of our god Deus. I was born to guide the people towards the path of the resurrection of Deus. That's ridiculous. Miang was just... You're limited in your ability to understand. Miang's factor exists within all women. The one who transcends the generations, the caretaker of humans. When the previous one dies, somewhere or another Miang is awakened. It is programmed into all women's DNA to be that way. Who inherits the duty is just a matter of probability, Faye. That Miang over there and I are the same existence. We are all parts of Deus, all caretakers of humans. Let us end this discussion now. Deus has awakened. I am one of the parts that composes Deus, hence I must become one with it. Ellie, why did it have to be you? If Miang is a part for Deus, why did it not happen earlier? It's still not enough for her to just have awakened. Although she may be Miang, she still isn't the true Miang. The true Miang? Let's go, Krellin. All that is left to do is to vanquish this planet's civilization and return it to how it was. Then I can complete my unification with the final fragment of Deus, the Zohar modifier. The power reactor that fell upon this planet and became our genesis and now our apocalypse. The eradication of civilization? What is the purpose of doing that? Who knows? The creations of God will someday be a hindrance. That is why they must be eliminated. I am just programmed to act in this way. I guess we're not ever getting Ellie back at this point. Yeah, I mean, she's a full-on villain at this point. Come. It's time for the awakening of the true mother. So this means that in a weird way, like in a past life, Ellie was our mom. It's like, okay. Please wait, Ellie. Farewell, Faye. May you have a peaceful awakening. Saw that happened. God's just gonna stare me down. What, you don't think Miang wants to be Maria? What I don't get is, like, why do Fel and Ellie keep recurring? If, like, any woman can be Miang, then what's the significance of Ellie, like, being born again and again? And why are there multiple Fays? Wait, Faye, do not release the system. Titan, wait. Or were they saying that all of them reoccur? Like this, of the party? Like, was like Bart's ancient ancestor that we hear about all the time actually, like, exactly Bart? We never saw him, so we wouldn't know.